Hey folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium for the 18th of March 2021. Today we're just going to have a quick look at the update to the histogram and the asset strength reversion algorithm. I'm just going to show you what it's doing and why it's doing it, and a little bit about the madness behind the concept. So what I wanted to do, rather what I've observed with the algo trader, is that it is trading, rather the losing trades are counter trend to 2 to 3 time frames greater. And so me being pretty partial to the weekly time frame, if I'm trading on the 1 hour time frame, then I want to be paying attention with what's going on the weekly. Okay, but if you're on the 1 hour time frame, I mean we're completely oblivious to the fact that there is a trend either going up or down on the weekly time frame. And while this doesn't matter if you're quickly engaging in the market, quickly getting in and getting out, if you want to hold these trades for a significant period of time, then you need to be aware of where these major flows are. And so what I've done is I've added yet another filter, this time without adding a line. And this filter is simply coloring the histogram. And you can see this coloring here. I mean, mint green is, or mint cream as it's called, it's slightly green, which means going higher. And then we have another one here, misty rose, which is slightly red or pink, which means moving lower. Okay, and so when you can see the green histogram, that means that on the long time frames we are moving higher. And let me show you just what that looks like. So what we're doing, we're using information on the weekly chart if we're on the hourly chart. And so here it looks green, and so we're seeing price move high on the weekly chart. And so here you can see this is a beautiful example. This is a very beautiful example where we have the weekly chart doing this. Okay, and we've reached the bottom. We're in negative territory on the weekly chart. What does that mean? That means that we're very likely going to move higher from here. Okay, we even have divergence on the weekly. We have the histogram and the mean moving higher on the weekly chart, which is why the histogram on the left side is green. So it's telling us that we want to buy. Okay, so it's saying 3 time frames greater than the time frame you're currently looking at. We're looking at the hourly. Let me remove this down so you can see. So we're looking at the hourly time frame. So 3 time frames greater than that, and using a trend period of 3 periods, so 3 blocks of histogram, we want to see what the development in that looks like on the weekly. Okay, and it's moving higher. That means we want to buy. Okay, so this is what I was referring to when I'm talking about the trend. And if you don't want to use this, you can simply set this to false. Then the histogram will just go back and look like it did before, with the gray box like so. But I think it provides tremendous information, tremendous value, and so I'd certainly want to keep that there available to us. Okay, and the cool thing is the alarms use this information as well. So if I want to scan everything, okay, so we're going to go enable, we want to scan the alarms, we want to scan everything from the half an hour chart to the daily, and we want to do that. I'm going to press OK. It's using the trend information and the confirmation on the histogram from the currently active chart to inform us what's going on. So let me disable this. Okay, and then we'll bring this down. So now you can see here, come on, what's going on? There it is. So now you can see, come on. Oh, bloody hell, where did it go? Okay, here it is. So now we can see that we have these symbols. We have this one, we have all of these ones here, and these here we have accumulation. So we're looking to buy on the 30-minute chart. That means on the 30, 1, 2, 3. On the daily chart, we have an upward trend on the daily. Okay, and so this is probably a pretty interesting asset to buy at the moment. And we have all of these bloody telephone. Let me turn this thing off. Making a lot of noise. Go away. All right. So now you can see that we have a ton of information, and these are in line with the macro trend, which is beautiful. This is so important. Okay. And so next step is going to be for me to implement the alarm system and tell us whether or not we are in the bottom half of the chart, like this one. This is this chart just here. This is very high probability that we're going to move high from here because of the fact that we have a negative histogram. This is a heavy hitting scenario just here. Okay, and so next time it's going to be, the next update will inform us if we are above the zero line like we are here, or below the zero line, because this one is going to enable us to hold it until we move to the opposite side. So this is the beginning of a bull cycle, and when it completes, then we have another a peak like this over here. I mean, there's huge opportunity to hold this trade for a very long time, providing it doesn't come back and stop us out. So this is like this is prime, but if we would have got the signal up here, well then it was positive, but it did go all the way up here, and this was positive. We went all the way up here, and because we're trading on the small time from the hourly, I mean these trades can easily work out. But if they're originating, if we're being informed of them when the histogram on the trend time frame is negative, I mean this is really, really beautiful. Okay, and so I mean that's the histogram, and then we have the asset strength algo, and notice that we have it here as well. So this is version 1.028, and what this means is every time I make a compile and test, I have to add 0.01 to my builds, and so this just enables me to keep track of what I did and where. Okay, and so this is pretty far ahead than the version that we were using previously, the public version, but this version here has quite a few updates in it as well. There's a lot of functionality updates to the core as well. We have the trend information that's been implemented, and a couple of other things as well. And so this is going to be pushed out pretty soon. I just want to test it a little bit just to make sure that everything looks good. But this is a trade that it took this morning. It took this trade just here on this candle. Beautifully. So on this not on this candle, but on this histogram bar is where it got in. I think it got in here. So it got in on this one here, I think, right here, or this one here, one of these two here. Price went in and then it left immediately. Now we're struggling with this this hourly supply. But the good thing about this hourly supply is it didn't really do much. It did move below these lows here and remove this chart, which was tested at once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, but it did not push price below this. And so I'm expecting that price, fingers crossed, will continue to drift higher and away from here. Okay, so it's coming. It should be quite soon. I'll release the histogram next week, and then I will probably put the ASR out towards the end of next week, providing that everything works out. I just want to make sure that the code is stable and I don't introduce any bugs. I've done that before and it's no fun. So just making sure that everything is super in line. But that's what we have in the cards. It's super exciting. I'm really pleased to be able to take this information and use it in both the asset strength reversion, but also the asset strength histogram. So pretty exciting. Anyway, I will leave it at that. If you have any questions, please let me know, and thanks for watching.